an experience. Okay, everybody, welcome back. My name is Spencer. We are back at it again. Today, we are not playing Magic, but we're talking about Magic. We're doing another podcast. I'm joined with my really good friend. His name is Alex B. Check him out.
Yo.
There he is. He's in his underwear, y'all. It's that quarantine life.
Got quarantine life.
That quarantine life. We're gonna try our best. We're gonna try our best to do some Magic connections, talk about Magic cards, talk about our experience during the weekend, the first week of May. So joining with me again is our good old friend Alex B. Lex B. Welcome to the channel, man. How you doing?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Let me shut the door.
There you go. He's a busy man, busy life, and he's gonna help us talk about some Magic.
Okay. Magic.
Magic. He's like, what? He's like, Magic. What are we gonna talk about? Magic.
Getting crazy out there in standard.
All right. Let's start with what we're playing with, right? So I love aggro, and I've been playing nothing but. I think red is dead, but I'll still play it. I splash it and everything. If I'm playing any decks, it's either red, black. No, that's either red, green aggro, mono black aggro, red, mono reds on the back end, and then Rakdos or Rakdos sacrifice or Racrifice. What you playing, my man?
Not aggro. I tried, man. If I the one aggro deck that I actually started liking that was doing pretty well for me was the Teamer Mutation deck that Michael Majors posted on Star City last week. That deck was pretty fun. Had a lot of busted draws. Overall, just too many sweepers, too many good mid-range things going on in the format. So I'm on either Bant Yorion or Jeskai Luca. So those are my two go-tos for sure.
Jeskai Luca, you are so greedy.
Jeskai Luca is the breakout deck of the weekend. The weekly championship last weekend on May 2nd and 3rd had, I think, 3 Jeskai Luca decks. And before that, it wasn't even a deck. So definitely breakout deck of the weekend.
All right, let's go look at some of these top deck lists, everybody. So we're gonna have some of these lists here today. The weekly championship number 2, May 2nd and 3rd. The top decks. Here we go. It looks like me and Alex are gonna go ahead and run through some of these throughout the week. Hey, do you plan on playing in any of these Magic Online weeklies?
I like to do the Tuesday ones because they're $10 Tuesdays for the tourneys, and you just have to 3-0 them. So those are pretty fun. But yeah, here and there, I play in them.
I'm thinking about it. I should play in them. I'm gonna have a lot more time starting tomorrow, so I'm gonna start hopping into these.
You have to either 5-0 one of them, or if you get 10 wins throughout the week, which is kind of a lot because you have to play a lot of. I mean, if you're not winning a lot, then why are you even going? But if you get 10 wins, you get to play in the weekly, and the weekly queues you for the PT. So there is a path to the Pro Tour even from quarantine.
All right, sounds exciting, man. Thanks. All right,
that's Jeskai Luca right there in all its glory.
All right, let's go ahead and look at our first list of the day. All right, here it is. This is Jeskai Luca. Do you play this version?
Yeah, pretty close to that version. The main goal of the deck is to, either play an Omen of the Sun or Bertha Miletus on turn 2 or 3. Get yourself a nice token, with that card, or the other one. And then cast Luca, minus ability. Search, flip until you hit a creature. The only creature in the deck is Agent of Treachery. So you're going to turn 5 an Agent, steal one of their permanents, and you still have Luca in play. So if you're able to get another creature minus again, then you're going to do it again on turn 6. And if you don't have another creature, if you have a Mythos of a Luna, you can copy your Agent of Treachery and do it again. And then you just start stealing their permanents from turn 5 on, and it's just very hard to beat that if you don't have any interaction or counter magic, or just if you don't have a fast clock. And that's why it makes it so difficult for aggro. It's like Yeah, there are aggro decks that can potentially turn 4 kill. Maybe mono black can, maybe mono red can with a nice Ember Cleave draw. But one Shadow the Sky or one Teferi bouncing your guy, and it kind of slows you down. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
this deck
it's
is definitely busted.
yeah. I've definitely faced this matchup a dozen times, and I would get my opponent to probably less than three almost every time. And yeah, and I'm staring at them. I'm literally staring at them, trying to win, and then they just Agent of Treachery my lands,
Ugh,
and
so brutal.
right. And if you're playing any dual color decks, they start targeting those. It's the
Or they
worst.
just jack your guy.
Yeah, yeah. Like I try to mitigate, trying my best to like avoid them stealing a guy. Red green, you get to play. What do you call this? What's his face? The 3/3 or the 4/4 that has shroud or what a hexproof
Yeah,
or whatever. That
yeah,
helps. But like I said, your guys get stolen. If they don't get taken, then your lands get taken. So this deck is
yeah.
pretty busted.
I've theorized a way for aggro, or at least an aggro deck that could potentially exist. Um, what's the name of the card? It's a 5 mana. Oh, Tristani Discordant is a 5 mana um, legend that every turn you get control of your own permanents back, and it pumps the team too. Tristani, yeah, Trostani, Tros. Yeah, that card. Yeah, that first one. I feel like this card could potentially swing the favor back to aggro, but green and white hasn't really been viable in a while. Maybe a tokens type deck could work. But that bottom of that card at the beginning of your end step, players gain control of all permanents they control or they own. Or is it creatures?
It's creatures, creatures.
At least it's
I mean, it
creatures.
helps. It
Yeah.
helps, right? I mean,
And
it's
it's
better
an
than
aggressive
nothing.
card. It puts out 5 power for you and pumps your team. So some potential ideas for aggro. I just don't have the time. I just think it's too good to just play the mid range and control decks. But that might be a potential option for aggro players moving
You,
forward.
I mean, if you're playing super cool cycling deck and you splash that guy, right?
You
What are
could,
some? Yeah.
you could maybe instead of Gruul, you could be a Naya deck, something like that.
What are some weaknesses to good old Jeskai Luca?
Um, Honestly, there's not many. That's why it's so good. I think some of the weaknesses, I mean, if you can if you can counter it, counter magic is good. So that's why I still like Bant Yorion. You have your neutralizes, you have your mystical disputes, and your Dovin's vetoes to counter all the relevant stuff.
Yep.
And if something does slip through, like maybe a Narset or a Teferi, you have your own Elspeth Conqueror's Death package as well. So you can essentially go toe to toe with them, and then your big haymakers are Euro, which can keep recurring, and Tamio, which is really good in the matchup. So, yeah, a little counter magic goes a long way against this deck for sure. I mean, they're also going to be bringing in their Dovin's vetoes, so it gets tough. But there's you kill all their tokens, try to kill all their Luca targets. If they don't have Luca targets, it's harder for them to win.
Yeah. I've
Um,
been I've been
what's
really
that other
targeting.
card?
What was up?
What's that other card? Hushbringer is pretty decent. I don't know if there's a viable deck that can go in, but Hushbringer is one white, one colorless. It's a 1/2, and it stops the Agent of Treachery at least. So yeah, there hasn't really been a deck that's come and compete with Luca yet. So we'll see. Still very new.
So what's really funny is that before I started playing mono black, I was playing black white, right? Because I thought the mono
Yeah,
black version was
that
really
sounds
slacking. Yeah, the black white version was really dope because I get to use this card.
good.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, and sure, it sucked when I used it, but I was able to sacrifice it when I needed like pop off, like right, like turn 5, turn 6, when like everything's
why did it
ready.
suck when you used it?
What's up?
Why did it suck when you used it?
Because my cat oven doesn't do anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So you're
And
running it in the cat oven black deck. Okay.
yeah, so you're playing black white aggro, right? You're pretty much playing black white, or you're playing one like cat oven splash. You know, what's
Yeah.
his name? The cat that gains you life, that gets bigger every time you gain life. What's
Um,
what's the
it
name of
gets
that?
big.
Pride Maid, Johnny's Pride Maid.
Oh, you're playing that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. So like it's either that or you run in Hushbringer and nothing triggers, and then
Yeah,
you set it up
kind
to
of
like.
stop your own combo, and that's kind of the problem with Hushbringer right now, which is holding it back, is because it is a really good answer to cards like Agent of Treachery, and it is a good answer to cards like Cat Oven. If you're not particularly playing the Cat Oven deck, there might be a shell for you. The only problem is that you don't really want to main deck a card like Hushbringer because Euro and Crocs are in the format,
Oh
escape
yeah,
cards in
yeah,
the
yeah,
format.
for sure.
So
That's why, yeah, it's so.
you just let them have a 6/6 on turn three and play that, which is kind of scary. But
Right, yeah.
maybe your deck has Uro in itself and it's an aggro deck or something, and you can do turn two Hushbringer, turn two your own Uro. That sounds pretty spicy,
Man,
actually.
there was so many times where like I would have a Hushbringer and then they would just like turn three play Euro and then I'd just be like, all right,
I
that's
got to
game.
win, yeah.
That's
Or
game.
like a Croxa or something. It's like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's over. It's
2 mana 6/6, nice.
I'm like man, this card is dumb.
But okay, since we're down this rabbit hole, I was really thinking about this Hushbringer. Um,
Stop it.
and there's this what's that guy? He's like a grave. It's like a 5 mana card that makes some goats, and it's like
Five
an
mana.
8. Yeah, it's like great. What's it called? But anyways, basically, I was thinking of a deck that why don't you put all the cards that Hushbringer gives you an advantage and just run the main deck. Like you run 4 Cruxa and 4 Hushbringers, and you try to do the thing on your side. You know?
I gotta get a button in this game in Twitch where I'm like break the format.
Yeah. Okay. It's called Clackbridge Troll.
Clack,
Yeah, go to
plaque.
Clackbridge Troll. That card with Hushbringer is actually kind of spicy. CLACC.
There it is. This guy right
Yeah,
here. Oh
Clackbridge Troll.
yeah, I remember this guy.
So you can run that guy. He's a trample haste for 5 and 8. What is he? An 8/8.
I remember this guy so much. I remember when Mono Red was breaking the format like 3 cycles ago, and people reported this in so they can stop Mono Red attacking. And I was like, what is that? Clack Bridge Troll. What?
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you run like a Mardu deck with that and some other shenanigans. But like I said, you still have Elspeth Conqueror's Death in the format. You still have Teferi in the format that can easily just bounce it. Obviously, they're running Shatter of the Sky. I just think control strategies are too good right now. And it's going to take some real innovation. The cycling deck was a good start. I think the cycling deck is quick enough, and it has that direct damage with the Sun Flare card. So
Yeah.
yeah, but maybe we go back to the list and see what else is on there.
All right, for sure. Next, let's check out the next list. So we got to talk about some strengths and some weaknesses here, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we're going to be looking at Rack Dose Sacrifice or Racrifice. All right, cool. So let's
That
go ahead.
card, that deck that deck took second this weekend
Nice,
in the
nice.
online championship. Yeah, still a strong deck. People have moved away from the Lura part of it, and they're doing Obosh now.
Yeah, I think the Lura is really good card. It's really no, it is. It's just really slow, right? It's just super slow. Like, I mean, not super slow. It's like one turn too slow, right? You have to like set it up. You have to have the mana. You have to like hit it, right? You have to gain value because
It's
you
like
just
to
play it.
refuel. It's like to
Yeah,
refuel when you're going.
like when you're trying to pop off, like you're gonna play it and then you're
Popped
gonna
off,
be like,
when you popped off, you got Clarion or you got Shatter the Sky, and then you try to pop off again with the Lura. But if they deal with that, then you're kind of out of gas.
yeah, for sure.
So this version takes that away, and it goes for the old version. It goes for the Mayhem Devil. It goes for the Woe Strider escape, which was really good last season. Honestly, I really liked it. And it adds a new twist with the Heraldic Banner to pump the team. And the
Yeah.
Heraldic Banner also lets you cast Obosh a turn earlier because it actually is a mana rock too. So it's a dual purpose, and it's proven to be pretty good. Getting a Torben out on the red black sack deck effectively. Obosh is kind of like a Torben. Um, and the Heraldic Banner, it presents a lot of damage really quickly. So if they don't have the removal that they need at the right time, then they're done. If they do have the removal, you still have the Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven, backup plan to ping in those last points of damage.
Yeah, you got.
With the Scorpions obviously doing a lot of damage themselves.
Yeah, I think the cat oven. So the cat oven idea has always been around. It's very annoying, and everyone knows it exists, right? It's just clicking away at the clock. I am personally trying my best to, like like play cat oven as much as I can. It just, first of all, I don't know if you play cat oven a lot. It's so time drenching. Like it's so time
It is.
demanding. Like especially the mirror, right? Like you're sitting there like waiting for the other person to really do their cat trick,
Yeah.
and you
I
do your
played I
cat trick.
played the Cat Oven since it was in the Oko decks. Like, I played the Sultai version with Cat Oven and Oko, and yeah, it's just so many triggers, so many things going on. I tried it a little bit last season, but I'm just waiting for like a true aggro deck to come out, with your Embercleave or with something that just hits them with the boom.
Did you
This is
say
just like
Embercleave?
these
Is
deep
that
and
what you
dumb
said?
aggro strategies is just not my style.
You said, did you say Embercleave? Did you say Embercleave, brother?
Or that card
You,
is gonna come back. I
you,
feel it. I feel
you,
it.
the
Anyone's
newest,
watching this and you're brew some Embercleave decks and win so I can play them.
right, right. It's gonna always an Embercleave with a red deck. So cool. So what are some weaknesses to good old Racrifice?
Sacrifice, obviously, sweepers can be a hindrance to your game plan. You have some backups with that. With the Woe Striders have been really nice in the Cauldron Familiars, but a lot of people have been running the Grafdigger's Cages. A lot of people have been running the Leyline of the Voids to combat this strategy. Um, but it has some legs, and you have your what's that card you're highlighted on? Midnight Reapers. I think that may be a main deckable card in that deck just because it refuels you so much.
Man,
Uh,
mean deck the Reaper is so good.
yeah, but like I said, with it's hard because you have your like this deck has no real interaction main deck for Luca, so they get to just cast their Luca on turn 5 or whenever, and you're not really gonna do anything about it in the main deck, right? So they bring in the drill bits, which are nice. But this deck does have a problem with Luca. It does have a problem with Clarion. And Fires and Luca both play Clarion.
Yeah.
So
This deck here has no instance. Like it has no instant speed,
no.
anything. So my the way I know, right? The way I was dealing with Luca is when they would target like one of their tokens, right? One of their omen tokens. Because I was playing red green, exclusively. That's how I got to
Yeah,
Mythic last season. By the
yeah.
way, I gotta tell you a story about that. I hit Mythic with 4 minutes left on the clock before this
Nice.
season
There
rotated.
you
It was wild.
always nice to hit Mythic so you can start out in that platform and the grind's not as hard next game.
You're telling me. So when people, so I switched. I used to have Domri's Revenge or Domri's, the fight one where you give it a token, you give +1/+1 and it fights, the red green
Yeah.
one. So I switched that in the main deck with Dragonfire, so I can just like remove something at instant speed. And I would
Right.
have Omen tokens, and then Luca would target something, and I'd be like, no, like that's what helped red green like push me a little further, and that's what helped. But I'm skeptical with black
What do
with
you
Sacrifice.
so you said you had Domri's Ambush in before.
Yes, I had Domri's Ambush in
And
before.
why did you have that one at first? Why did you like that card?
I really like Domri's Ambush because it could, if I matched up another creature, I can kill it and get it out of the way and then
And
attack.
it and it didn't it doesn't fight your guy, right? It
No,
just like
sir.
poke.
It deals
It's
damage equal to its power, so you're just like kill your guy, get out the way, and it hit planeswalkers, which was super
oh
dope.
true.
Yeah, so like
The would you replace it with?
Dragonfire.
Oh, Scorching Dragonfire, the
Yeah,
three
correct.
damage one.
Yeah, at instant
Gotcha.
speed. So I
It's
put in a
only a
sort. Yeah,
creature for that one, so that's good.
you hit a bro, but you don't hit a planeswalker, which was can get a little sticky,
Oh,
especially
I
with
thought you can hit a Planeswalker with Scorching.
Scorching Dragonfire.
Yeah,
Let's
pretty
double
sure
check.
you can.
I think you can too.
So why I was asking that, what do you think about Thrash Threat? It's just like Domri's
Oh yeah, you're
Ambush.
right.
It's just like Domri's Ambush, but you can do it at instant speed. That's the main difference.
I think I used to.
Drawback is you don't get the +1 counter. So you trade off instant, you trade off sorcery, you get to be instant, but you don't get the +1 counter. But you also get the backside of threat, and you can make a 4/4 if you have nothing else to do.
Ooh, I used to. I remember this card. I think I have one, and I ran it before Ikora, before the last set.
Yeah,
So that was kind of cool.
I really like Thrash Threat. I think it's good.
Yeah, I mean the anytime you have two cards, especially like top decking this late game and you're
Yeah,
just drawing
the
lands.
difference, yeah, you top deck a Scorching Dragonfire, like, oh, whatever. You top deck this, like, all right, cool, make a 4/4 go. Pretty good.
Yeah,
But
that's pretty
anyway,
good.
yeah, I think Wizards just has the cards stacked against us, aggro players.
Yeah, they want aggro to survive in the format. They want to win with creatures in the format. They just don't know how to do it.
They want to win with creatures, but that creatures are like control creatures, like Agent of Treachery.
Like Agent Treachery, Dream Trawler.
Yeah.
What's the other? Like look at these cards. These are control cards. Like this doesn't even make sense. Agent Treachery, Dream Trawler. What's another broke control card in the meta? Let me see. I could just look. What's over here?
So there was a
Shark
couple
Typhoon.
aggro decks in
What's the
top
green equivalent to this?
What card?
What's the red or green equivalent to this card?
For what, for Dream Trawler?
No, to Sharknado.
Oh my gosh, Sharknado. I don't know, Questing Beast.
Questing Beast. You want to go on a quest?
Questing Beast seemed good for a while. But hey, there are aggro decks, man. There's I'm counting 1, 2.
Cycling is not an aggro deck. That's a cycling deck, my man.
No, I'm not even looking at cycling. There's other aggro decks. There's some spice in here. Abzan Auras. Abzan Auras made the top 32. And that looks pretty spicy.
Nice.
It has a Johnny's Pride mate, Stonecoil Serpent. But yeah, there's some aggro decks out there we can talk about.
Okay. Let's see what we're gonna get. All right. Next deck.
Oh,
Next deck.
We can talk about Boros Cycling. That's a fun deck.
That should be. I think that's on the list, right? Let's check out what's next on this list here.
Yeah, what's next?
Ooh, Tamur.
Oh, Tamir. Okay.
All right.
This
This is your deck. Let's hear you talk about this.
I mean, this deck has been around since the card Wilderness Reclamation was printed. Your main goal is to just expansion explosion for a bunch. But now they have a backup contingency plan in Shark Typhoon. And they got the Uro game plan to give them a little bit of ramp and another backup plan. So basically, they're trying to counter your stuff, make a bunch of mana, and go off with either Shark Typhoon, Uro, or Expansion Explosion. Garuda is really broken. Someone just mentioned that in the chat. But yeah, there's definitely some Garuda decks floating around. But yeah, this deck basically it's really good at going over the top. I would say it's the most over the top deck there is in the format if you're looking for a polar end. The problems with Wilderness Rec decks are Teferi. Honestly, Teferi is really hard for you to overcome because it basically stops your Wilderness Reclamation. You can't cast things at instant speed anymore, so you can't do the double, the double tap of your mana and cast spells on your end step. You're forced to do stuff main phase, which is really tough. And Teferi is everywhere if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, Teferi shuts down Embercleave. It shuts down instant burn spells.
Well, it just makes it so you gotta main phase Embercleave, right? for
which
6.
which is funny. I have done this. I think I've casted Ember. I think out of anybody else, I have so many stories of how I've casted Embercleave, either in the upkeep, end step, sorcery speed, in response. Like I think I've
Yeah,
casted Embercleave
sometimes
in any which way.
it's not pretty, but sometimes you got to do it. You got to get the damage in, and you know, yeah. I mean, Teferi honestly is kind of a format warping card in the sense that it shuts down a lot of strategies.
No, I agree. I agree. So,
But yeah, I
what do
mean,
you?
not a ton different with Team Rec. It's good. It has a little bit of a problem with aggro decks, but like I said, aggro decks aren't really that popular right now, so it doesn't need to run, um, the sweepers and stuff main deck. It can run them in the board, or not even run them at all. I don't even see sweepers in this deck.
The sweepers in the board, I believe it's good old. I thought I saw it. Where is
Oh,
it?
I don't think he even has any sweepers.
There. Oh no, I don't think it has it. This guy did
That
not have any
that just
sweepers.
shows you like where aggro's at as an
There,
option.
there, there. It's in the
Like,
board. It's in the board.
oh, it is where. Oh, I didn't. You scroll down. Sorry, it
Yeah,
wasn't showing. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I mean, Storm's Wrath used to be ran main deck in Teamer, but they don't really need to.
Or
They're
the
not
four
really.
mana one. What's the 4 mana one? Storm's
Storm's
Rage.
Wrath
Storm's
is
Wrath.
right
Yeah.
there. He runs one.
So he must run all these 4
He runs. He probably brings in those 5 cards on the bottom for aggro.
for aggro, right? He puts in all 4. Probably gets
Even
rid
the
of this Thassa, the Ops. There it is. We just figured it out.
yeah. So I mean, it's not a new deck. There's a couple new cards in it, but
I think the
doesn't really
newest card in here are
Shark Typhoon.
the Triome and the Shark Typhoon.
Yeah,
What do you think of these cycling lands?
I think they're really good. I play them as much as I can. I think they're probably better than the temples in some spots too.
Especially get to just cycle them away if you top deck one,
I
right?
love that their land type is forest, island, mountain, or whatever, because it keeps your other castles coming into play on tap too, which is really nice. And I guess even in Pioneer or Modern, you could probably search these if you needed to.
Yeah, I think that was the whole point for them. You could search them up. You could search them up, and then you get to cycle it,
A
right?
lot of times,
Like,
like a lot of times in Modern, you're going to be searching up and putting it into play tap anyways, so you can go grab a tri land now. That's really sick.
uh, or super clutch. Search for a land, cycle it, draw a card, and then do something crazy when you top deck something right off of that. That'd be kind of cool too.
Wait, what?
You get to cycle, right? You get to search for a land, put in your hand whatever searching effects you can do, and you could cycle a card right away.
Oh yeah, maybe with like anything in like the Valakut or something.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that? Or no, the Tron deck. I forgot that. Sylvan Scrying
Sylvan
or something.
Sylvan Scrying, yeah, you get to just search for a land, put in your hand, and then cycle.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
kind of
sure there's a,
possible. That mana cycle is kind of expensive, but yeah, that's pretty good.
no, I'm pretty sure it's possible. All right, cool.
Pretty sure someone did it somewhere.
All right, next on the list we got ourselves Jessica. Oh, you see Yurion. We already saw this one, right? Just kind of.
Yeah, it's everywhere. So it took the other 3 slots in the top 4. So it's out of the top or top 5. So we got 4 Urions in the top 5.
Yeah, we have Bant Ramp.
Bant Ramp. That's the deck I play. I love Bant Ramp.
Why do you like Bant Ramp so much, Alex?
It's just so much value, man. Like every card just goes so far.
That's you in value, man.
And it uses every zone in the game. You got your graveyard, you got Uro, you got instance with your well, he's not running neutralize. Maybe I gotta scroll down. I can't see it on the. I can only see what's on the cast. There we go. Okay, yeah, you got your neutralize. There we go. That looks a lot better. Growth Spiral is like, I think Growth Spiral is probably one of the best cards in Standard. It's just so good. I just like these colors. I've always liked Bant.
You've always liked Bant. I think, yeah.
You have so many ways to do things, and Elspeth Conqueror's Death with Yorion is still one of the best things in Magic right now.
It's pretty broke. It's pretty broke.
cast Elspeth Conqueror's Death. You exile their best permanent. Then, if they have another permanent, you Yorion and do it again. If they don't, then they're not going to play anything that turn because you're going to Yorion and do it
Yep.
again anyway.
Yep.
So like they're just like I feel like you just cast Elspeth's Conqueror's Death usually on turn 4 because you have Ghost Spiral, and after that you just win the game.
Yeah. I've personally felt like I've been attacked by this deck so much. And on top of that, there's a lot of conversation of how to play Bant Ramp, considering Growth Spiral being the best card in Magic the Gathering in Standard.
I would
um,
I would vote for it.
right. So it's either you run Growth Spiral or you run Karuga. Have you seen that one?
Yeah,
Right.
Karuga is well for the Jeskai Fires deck.
Yeah, yeah. So I see people either running, because the arguments for growth spiral, right? You're like either growth spiral to Karuga, or you don't run growth spiral, then you get to run Karuga, right? So if you run growth spiral, you're most likely gonna go the Yorion version.
Yeah, I've seen the Yorion. I haven't seen the Kruga one myself. I've seen Kruga Fires, but that Jeskai deck was pretty good.
Ooh, fires. What are some weaknesses to good old Yorion Bant Ramp?
I haven't found any. I'll let you know when I do. No.
That's when Alex goes XO, right? You go XO and win the whole damn thing.
Agent of Treachery and the Luca deck. If they can resolve Luca, it's tough.
Luca.
Luca can be tough if they resolve Luca. You want to always hold up an Ether Gust or a Dispute or a Neutralize for that Luca. Because the Luca train, once the Luca gets going and they're agenting, you have good stuff to steal, you know? All your permanents are really good. So
He
it
said,
sucks.
all your permanents, all of them are real good. They're just like the best to take.
Yeah, so it's like it sucks. Um, Mirror matches are hard too. Honestly, I think maybe Yorion should get banned. I think it's too strong.
I agree. I mean, I'm not. That's just the red player in me talking a lot of smack, because Euro unchallenged and like I would say on turn 3 it's always a Euro, right? And then on
Euro,
turn
blink some
5,
life, ramp some mana.
like
Next turn, Elspeth conquers Death You. Play
yeah,
your best thing.
then it's like ECD your guy, and then it's like if you already tapped out on turn 4 to attack with everything in Embercleave, then they ECD your Embercleave, then it's just like
Yeah, and it's just
cool,
like
cool deck.
have fun.
You're like, and then you're like, all right, and then I sit there and get hit with a wrath, and I'm like, oh, this is the bet.
Yeah,
Why am I
yeah.
playing
Just
this?
in case they have 3 Shadow Disguise, so
So let's take care of that.
yeah.
So cool deck.
Teferi, Teferi's never bad either. He's not great, but it's never bad in that matchup.
I
It's always
mean,
nice to bounce something.
how do you? I mean, what's your opinion on a turn 3 time walk? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
Right.
really dumb.
It's it's like, hey, I'm gonna bounce your turn 3 move, especially if you're aggro deck, and I'm gonna draw a card, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna put you. And then if Teferi like sticks around, it's the worst part about him is that he starts to dictate like what the tempo of the
yeah.
game's gonna be moving forward.
Yep, exactly. If he gets back up again to 3, it's like, oh, then you got to deal with it again. And it was like he drew 2 cards off of it for 3 mana and bounced 2 guys.
Yeah, it's just too
Good.
good, and it absorbed damage. Like what? Like the whole
Yeah,
card.
when you're attacking it, yeah, it's too good.
Is
Everyone knows Fairy busted, bro. You a busted card.
like where's the mono red equivalent? You know what I'm saying? Like Luca, if Luca was 1 red mana, then I would never complain about Teferi ever again.
Torban, you got Torban.
Like right, like if all the good red cards were like 2 red mana, triple red, then I'll be like, okay, you know what? It's fair. The Teferi, it's a good card. I'd be like,
Yeah,
it's not a big deal. Torbrand for 2 reds, life's good. All
yeah, that'll be safe.
right, let's see
Keep
what
it
else we
going.
have. Tomorrow adventure. Whoa, this is sticking around. All right,
This is a
everybody.
oldie but goodie.
Um, Alex and I, we played a lot of this together before when
Yeah,
we
I
first
like this
connected
deck. I've
in
always
uh,
wanted
in San Diego.
to
So
this deck.
let's hear some of your opinions before I start rattling along.
Um, I mean, not much to say besides it's your classic teamer adventure, looking to grab a lot of value off of Edgewall Innkeeper and Lucky Clover. You are usually going to be setting one of those two up, and then either drawing a lot of cards or copying a lot of cards. Escape the Wilds is really great in this deck because it ramps you. It gives you a refill on your hand, and once you cast all the adventures and put them into the adventure zone, you get to keep them. So you get to keep all those cards and keep the train going, so to speak. Um, Problems with this deck are there's just a lot of new archetypes that are doing a lot more busted things. I see the one Luca in there, which is kind of cool. I don't know what exactly his
I
plan
think you
is when
flip.
he minuses it.
I think you flip it to super
Oh, okay.
cool. Yeah,
Okay,
super
so you
cool
just get big old
beanstalk,
beanstalks.
right?
Because yeah, maybe you flip up, but yeah, you
But
flip
isn't it
it.
the next creature, right?
It's
Isn't
the
Luca?
next creature, so, but it's with mana more than that. So you probably want to like target your Bone Crusher Giant or your Love Struck Beast and get a Beanstalk, and then you can Beanstalk Fling. That's one of their common plays.
Yeah.
The reason this deck is good though is because you get full access to your sideboard, games one, and any game honestly with the Fae of Wishes. So there's a lot of one ofs in the sideboard, a lot of silver bullets as they like to call them.
Yeah, yeah,
You can do some real tricky things with that.
yeah. I have this deck. I actually built it and I own it, and I think I should run it when I
He's
get
like, I
into
spent the
platinum.
wild cards.
I know it's for real. I have this whole deck. I think the only thing I need to pick up now are some triomes and this
Yeah,
Luca. But other than that, I think I should
I
give this
don't know
deck
why
a
he's not playing
go.
four triomes. I like triomes.
I think he either didn't have them or this is the only spot that where it fit.
I mean, it's working though. The thing about Teamer Adventures is that you really have to sequence your spells correctly to get the maximum value. So it's a very hard deck skill wise to play in my experience and from what I've told by other pros. It's very hard to like. It's very easy to make the wrong play and you can lose the game very quickly, depending on your defenses. So
Sounds like your kind of deck, Alex.
I want easy, man. I want just ECD people.
That's so like, hey, you see your best card? Let's get rid of that.
ECD that. Your turn.
I'm like, like, all right, get on my face, and then I'm gonna set up some value where I'm gonna put a planeswalker on on the next turn so I could get rid of it and then get it back when
Yeah.
ECD when
Um,
ECD resolves. Right, it's like
yeah.
the best move
Very
ever.
strong. But I like seeing Teamer Adventure in the format. I think it's good for the format. Um, it definitely can steal some wins from those mid-range control decks because its over the top plan is pretty strong. Like setting up a Beanstalk Fling or a big expansion explosion when you have a bunch of mana can be very strong. The other strong play with Beanstalk Giant and Lucky Clover. Beanstalk Giant's sorcery ability comes into play untapped, so you get to use that mana right away. So if you cast turn 2 Clover, turn 3 Beanstalk Giant, you get 2 mana to cast something else right away. And let's say you have a Bone Crusher and you kill 2 of their guys or something. That's a lot of interaction on turn 3, and putting you very far ahead on mana too.
I think it's just I think this deck is still kind of like a newer sleeper deck as people forgot about it and didn't really like if adventure can get you, it'll get you.
Yeah,
So
definitely. I agree.
so I think that this is still a viable deck. I wouldn't put it in the top tier. I wouldn't put it in the top 5, but I do know that I've seen it. I think out of
I'd
like
say it's
yeah.
a solid tier 2 deck. Depending on the weekend, you can get people.
Yeah, and then the pilot, I would say the pilot, if you, especially if it's been around for such a long time, people have been playing this deck forever. So I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
like whoever the dude who was playing this was probably really good at it too. So, cheers to this dude.
nice for sure.
Cool. Next, let's go ahead and check out. Ooh,
What's up?
Aggro
Oh,
Dream, the
whoa!
Aggro Dream,
So
baby.
the new Luris has found a better home.
You think so, huh?
Luris is this is the Luris deck of the format now. I would say it's showing up a lot. It does a lot of damage
Dude,
fast,
there's a
and it
lot of
has
commons and uncommons in this deck. I'm gonna make this deck right now.
oh dude, it's the cheapest deck in the format too. Like it's no, it's like you just need two Savai Triomes for your lands. That's it. But the main goal of this deck is you get a Flourishing Fox on turn one, and it's basically like a one mana Tarmogoyf. It's kind of crazy. Like hits you so hard, so fast.
It's like,
Like turn two, it hits you. It's like a Wild Mikado hitting you on turn two, and then every turn after, it's like a Tarmogoyf hitting you. So if you don't kill it, you lose.
right,
If you draw one late, it has cycling, so that's cool. Uh,
value dot card.
it's a good card. The other good guy, I mean, all the creatures are pretty good. The Stinger is really annoying too. He does a lot of ping damage. But basically, with the creatures, you're usually going to deal your first 10 or so damage. Like you said, Spencer, a lot of the problems with aggro decks are they can get the opponent down to like 3, 5, 8, maybe 10 life and can't finish out the game. Well, this deck has Zenith Flare and it has a ton of digging with the cycling cards. So you're always going to get down and find that one Zenith Flare that you need and are going to be able to, just dome them for usually anywhere from 5 to 10 damage.
Or even more. I would say honestly averages to 8 to 13.
Yeah,
I don't think I've
honestly,
ever.
yeah.
I
But
don't think
yeah,
I've
if
ever
you're
gotten
getting
hit
live,
5.
obviously this deck is really weak to sweepers too. Like if it can deal with your first wave. Um, but for the most part, it's pretty consistent at what it's trying to do.
I think as long I've seen this deck played a lot. I've seen it a lot with what's that enchantment? The enchantment that gives you like the 1/1 fairies.
Oh yeah, there was a Jeskai version floating around.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
lot of
I've seen that
people.
one.
It was the Jeskai one was cool, but everyone's kind of on board with the Boros for the
Yeah,
mana consistency.
the
Like you want
consistency.
it to
Yeah,
be hitting them.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the Jeskai version felt very like one turn too late, right? Like it felt a little slower, and on top of that, like you kind of just want to be the aggro version here,
The
as
other
much as you
thing
can.
that makes this deck tier two in my mind, and not a clear tier one, is how the deck just absolutely folds to a Narset.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've seen that. I've seen.
And this
Yeah,
deck just becomes so bad, and it
yeah,
has to
yeah.
deal with it with whatever it has on the board now, because your cycling on your turn is not going to work. You do get to cycle once on their turn at least, because it's the first card, but it really slows you down.
Yeah, I've seen. That's why they bring in Fry. I've heard that Fry is brought in exclusively for Narset. Like it comes in,
Yeah,
and Fry just takes care of it. So people put in this. I might start playing this deck tomorrow. To be honest with you.
yeah, that's why they
Yeah.
have the fries in there. It deals with Teferi, it deals with Narset, it deals with Urion. Um, but yeah, the Narset is tough, dude. It's tough for them to beat it. Um, Sometimes they can get a Flourishing Fox early and kind of get in there and then have a good beat stick for the Narset.
Yeah.
But depending on how the control player plays, if they kind of Wrath first and then Narset, it can be tough.
It's always Wrath first and Narset second. You know this.
Yeah.
It's Teferi bounce your Fox.
But I love Loris in this deck. Like just rebuying all these little dudes, the Stinger especially, rebuying him. The Valiant Rescuer makes it's like an army in a can, so to speak. 2 mana army in a can. So that's cool. But yeah, this deck's cool. If you're looking to play aggro, this is the deck that I would recommend for you. It's the best aggro deck in the
Thank you,
format right
Alex.
now.
Thank you, Alex. You're the best.
I mean,
You're the
anyone,
best.
I know there's aggro players. We're all aggro players at heart. Even people that don't want to admit it.
Everyone, everyone's a liar. They're not gonna like no control. Me-
Like if there was if there was a lot of aggro decks, I would be playing them. I'm gonna play this deck and get to know the ins and outs of it because it seems fun. I love that Zenith Flare is an instant too.
yeah,
It's
if
an instant.
Zenith Flare was a
Instant
sorcery,
Genius is pretty strong.
right? I've seen like if Zenith Flare was a sorcery, this deck would be bad. This deck would not exist.
Yeah.
But I think I'll probably give it a go. I can afford two of these lands. Everything's a.
Dr. J Mays is saying you only want that mono red though.
I mean, this deck has red, so I think I'll be okay. I can live, right? I can. I'll text Pat Sullivan and be like, hey man, like, check it. This look, read this card right here, Pat.
P
Ex-
Sully.
Hey, P Sully, read this real quick. Tell me what you think. Let's play this deck.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
There's more red in the format though in this list, looks like.
let's check it out. Let's see what else we have on this list right up here. I
What
think
do we
we.
got next, Johnny?
Let me see. Boro Cycling. We have ourselves Bant Ramp. I think we talked about these already. Sultai Ramp. I don't think we talked about that one.
We haven't talked about Sultai Ramp yet.
Here it is. Go ahead,
But
Alex. Let's hear you.
Sultai Ramp, I personally don't like Sultai Ramp. A lot of people do. The main goal of Sultai Ramp is you're going to get Casualties of War, which is a really, really big one in these mid-range grindy mirrors, taking out a ECD, taking out a Planeswalker, taking out a Fires and a land at the same time. It can be really great. You're using Yorion for the Risen Reef and the Cavalier of Thorns, the Atris Oracle of Half-Truths. You're wanting to bounce all these and just draw a bunch of cards, get a lot of card advantage that way. Another main reason to go with the black is you get Extinction Event, which surprisingly people have started picking up, and I thought this card was going to see a lot more play when it first was spoiled.
No, I hate this card.
Extinction Event is broken.
I hate this card with a passion because, especially if you run any aggro decks, right? And if an opponent knows the deck well, it knows how to hit you. Like, mono red suffers to this card so much. It's just like, oh, I'll pick one, right? Or I'll pick odd, killing your 1 mana spells and your 3 mana spells, which just ultimately crushes any red deck.
The board whenever it comes, it's kind of like a Black Wrath
or Damnation. Damnation, right? That's the name, Damnation.
Yeah, it's like an Exile Damnation, and it's also good because it against the cycling deck, it exiles them and they can't lure us anything back.
Yeah. Finally, black gets like a super cool sweeper spell, and it's not like the best sweeper because technically it's 50-50, right? Like if they had
times when you're gonna have your 1-drops and your runaway Steamkin, so what do they do there? You got to keep one.
Yeah, they're gonna get rid of the Steamkin. That's what they're gonna do.
But sometimes you just want to like exile a Euro, and it does that.
You know what card really pairs well with Extinction Event? This one right here. This card is like the bomb.com against any Lurrus decks.
Oh, Cry! Oh my god. Cry the Carnarium is really great.
I don't even want to play aggro no more.
I think the Sultai deck has the best aggro answers in the format. Especially you got Heartless Act on the board. So if aggro does get good, then I feel like Sultai can just come in and check it that way.
Heartless Act.
Yeah, Sultai is good. It's like the third. It's like the third. You got your Bant, your Jeskai, and then you got your Sultai, and they're all Yorion decks. If you guys haven't seen a pattern right now, Yorion is in like every deck.
Yeah, Yorion. What do you think of companions, huh? Let's. Oh yeah, now
they're too strong.
I think we've. Oh, there's a new deck here. We'll talk. Yeah, we could talk about.
I want to talk about it there. There we go, right there.
Which one?
Oh, Abzan Auras.
We'll talk about companions in a bit. All right.
Abzan Auras, another aggro deck made it onto the top 32.
Oh my god, let's hear it. How does this deck work out? This looks like.
It's a lot of common.
Oh, I've seen this one. I've seen this.
This one is really cool. There was a modern deck that was floating around that used the Ephemia, the Cacophony, and the Hateful Eidolon. But basically, this is kind of like a Boggles deck. You play a bunch of enchantment creatures. That Ephemia lets you get a 2/2 every turn, and then you go all that glitters, baby, and you all that glitters and just hit them hard. This is like Bitter Blossom right there. That card. That card is just like a huge pump spell. And then the key to the deck is that Hateful Eidolon. So even if you're strapping all these creatures with enchantments, Hateful Eidolon ensures that you're gonna draw a card for every enchantment that left, and also draw a card whenever you cast a Deadweight or a Mire's Grasp on their creatures, because it hits the creature and then hits the yard. So this deck looks interesting to me. I think it has a lot of cool tools. Um, what are those? It has those. Oh, the Karamitra's Blessing is also really powerful down in the bottom, um, as a way to protect yourself from Wrath and from ECD and from whatever else may come at you. I mean, obviously they don't have any ECD targets, but it gives your creature
A little bit of
hexproof.
a
Well,
little bit of
it pumps.
evasion.
Yeah, it pumps for damage. So
It's a
yeah, I
pump
think this
spell.
deck is really really cool. I'm excited to try it. I think it could be a good aggro deck in the format.
I um I I ran up against this deck once and I thought it was a kids combo, right? So I noticed they slammed down. I did. I promise you. I was like, they slammed
Yeah, it
down.
is though. It is. It is kind of the kid's combo
Right?
too.
So if anyone doesn't really know, me and Alex, we call like cat oven, for example, is a kids combo. Like sometimes kids combos make it, right? They make it into the elite era. They make it into professional realm. But sometimes the kid combos stay with the kids. They don't go progress. They don't graduate any further. But here they don't. But here we have a hateful Eidolon, and I noticed that this was connected to super cool all that glitters, and I just lost like really quickly. like they,
Yeah, I mean
they
sometimes they just kill you out of nowhere.
yeah, it was like boom boom, and then I lost. I was like, wait,
It
what
lights down
happened?
to protect the guy too. So like sometimes there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and then they fly like something was flying. Yeah,
Yeah, the Euphemia flies.
yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah. The whole deck is wild. Like, and then when they started killing stuff, they would kill stuff with the super cool Myers Grasp or a dead weight, and then they would kill my creature, and then
Yeah,
they would draw a card, which was super busted, and it
yeah.
yeah it, or it just reminded me of
Definitely gonna try this deck. This deck looks so fun.
yeah, it totally reminded me of when what was that skull clamp, when you used to double skull clamp a frogmite and draw four
Yeah,
cards. It used to
yeah,
be outrageous. Like I used to remember, you skull clamp a frogmite, you attack for three, and then they don't block because they don't want you to draw two cards, right?
yeah.
And then you're like, cool, take three, second main, cast another skull clamp it, draw four. Like it was ridiculous. So it really reminded me of that, especially when you have super cool Lurus, right? Bringing
Yeah.
back Myers Grasp, killing something else, drawing more cards. So this was a super cool way of reminding me of that old kids combo from back in the day. So
Yeah, I'm really excited to play this deck. I think with Loris and just having that extra reach to get your guys back, and like you said, with Hateful Eidolon and Loris in play, you can deadweight every turn and draw that card and kill a creature. So it's like seems like so much value here.
yeah,
What
I
does that Mythos card do on the bottom?
Mythos of Nitroy.
I haven't
Destroy
seen that
target
one.
non-land permanent if it's a creature or if green white was spent to cast a
Oh,
spell.
it runs that. That card's really good.
Man, are you telling me this destroy target non-land permanent? You could just kill
Kill
anything.
anything on the board for 3 mana.
What's up?
Kill anything on the board for 3 mana.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Instant speed.
ridiculous.
Kill whatever. It's murder.
Well,
No.
murder's creature. This kills. You can kill ECG. You can kill Luca.
Dang, you can kill ECD with this?
Yeah, non-land permanent. Anything but a land.
Wait, if it's a creature. The wording.
No, no, no. If it's a creature, or if you spend green, white, black, you can kill anything on the board.
Even a land.
No, not non-land permanent.
If it's a creature. Wait,
Destroy
destroy.
target non-land permanent if it's a creature, or if green, white was spent. So if you spend the green, white, black, I play with this card, so it for sure does this. If you spend green, white, black, so the Abzan colors destroy any permanent on the board.
Oh, okay,
If you
okay.
don't have the green and white, if you only have the black, let's say you have just black,
Straight
green,
black.
green,
Like
then
3 black.
then it's just gonna kill a creature.
Okay. Okay.
But if you can pay the specific colors that it's wanting, you can kill anything you want.
That's super dope.
Yeah, so it's basically in this deck. It has green. It looks like it has enough green sources, or it doesn't have that many though. That's the thing. Oh, it has 2 Temple
It's
Gardens,
Temple
2 Overgrown
Gardens.
Trees.
I
They're
mean, it could
trying.
do
They're
it.
kind of trying.
It can
They're
do it.
trying.
It has 6 sources.
It's trying sometimes.
Like it can probably do it. Like maybe like one time, right?
Yeah,
Like a
but
cool
if you
like.
but if you're playing an Abzan deck, that card is basically like Abrupt Decay anything.
Sweet. All right, cool. So yeah, go ahead and try to find this deck. Try to play this deck. It seems lit. I could probably give it a go. I have most of these guys. So yeah, I love Stone Cold Serpent. I think this card is lit and it should be played in every deck forever. It's a
I
good
think it's
board card. It's a good
underplayed
main deck
too.
card. Like I think I love Stone Coil Serpent. I think I should have put that in the main deck for Mono Red. Like this card is just good. Like it stops. Yeah, my favorite thing about Stone Cold Serpent is that it stops Euro it dead in its tracks, right?
Yeah,
Because yeah, it stops Euro, and it powers through any blue whites. Like it goes through Urion. It goes through
it doesn't
any of
get
those.
Clarion even.
Yeah, it's
That's
it's
good.
so good. It's the best card. Like it was just it's feels good card. It's totally
Yo,
feels good
so
card.
that Teamer mutation deck that I was working on, Stone Coil Serpent is really good card to mutate because you get the counters and then you get the bigger creature.
Oh dang, that's hella clever.
So
Wow.
let's say you go turn 2 Stone Coil for 2. If you go Gem Razor on turn 3, he's a 6/6 because you can do it 4/4 and then you get the counter. So yeah, I've been using Stone Coil a lot in my aggro decks. I think it's a good aggro card. I think as we get deeper into the format, it's gonna need to be a cornerstone of aggro decks for sure.
All right, nice.
I would put him in. I would honestly put him in mono red.
Yeah, I should have been putting him in mono red to be honest with you. It's just the problem with it in mono red is that you'd have to tap out, play him, and then hope to God that your opponent doesn't like bounce it because you have a lot of other cards that just kind of in mono red they
What
kind
does
of just
it
get
bounce it
there.
with?
They bounce it with either Teferi. Oh no,
They
they don't
can't
bounce it
bounce
with
it with
Teferi. They
really.
bounce it with
Woo!
oh, you're right. You're right. How do they get rid of this card? I
Maybe
know they get rid of this card. I'm trying to remember.
you
They
should
get
just run it. It's good.
it's good. I'm just gonna put it in every deck starting tomorrow. Tomorrow, Stone Cold Serpent. You're in the main.
Because like on turn 1, you're playing a 1-drop anyways. Just play him for 1. Who cares?
Yeah, he's pretty dope for one. I've seen people play it for one. It's pretty firecracker.
I was playing for 1.
All right, cool, everybody. This deck is also pretty susceptible to sweepers. Um, I think would I run if I ran this deck? Would I run Ghost Form? Do you know Kaya's Ghost Form?
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I've been really thinking Kaya's Ghost Form with Cat Oven has been super busted, and it doesn't look like this deck wants to run Cat Oven. It feels like it could. I don't know why it doesn't.
Form with Luris is pretty ridiculous too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why this deck didn't want to run Cat Oven. I mean, it's just 8 cards. I mean, it could have fit it
I
here.
think they just like you do all the glitters thing really hard.
Yeah, that's fair. Sure.
Because all that glitters needs more enchantments, and neither of those are. I guess it says artifact too. Actually, they could. Do we just break this?
Boom, 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 boom. Break the form. Boom, 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 boom. Right? We just break the format. Boom, 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 boom. See, I'm gonna have to find a button to have that. Boom, 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 boom. Break the format. Right. So that's what we're gonna do from now on. We could just break it, run this deck, cut like. I mean, do we really need 7?
I don't think we need that many dead weights in Mire Graphs.
I think we just need like 2 and 1, right?
Yeah.
Like for real, right? Like that's all we need. We could put a pair of cat ovens and like 2 and 2. We don't have to put all 4, and that'd be fine. Like I don't think we need as many. This
The
is
board, add some cat ovens.
break the format. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. There it is.
Bow, 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 bow.
There it is. There it is. Cool. All right. So this deck looks pretty feisty. probably give it a go. Nice.
That
All
was
right.
the last aggro deck I saw on there, so I just wanted to give that one a special shout out. I don't know who the maker was. What's the guy's name? Let's give him a shout out.
General Mythic.
I don't know what his name was. Oh, General Mythic. Shout out General Mythic. If you guys know him, tell him.
Boom, 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 boom. General Mythic. Thanks.
Bow, bow, bow,
What a cool guy. All right. Nice.
hey, I respect people that are still trying.
Innovators. This is the innovators of Magic, and not just like the net deckers.
Guys like me, I hate the guys like I'm just gonna play Bant, Yorion, or Luca or whatever.
Or like I'm just gonna play mono red, and if you have your guard down, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, but the guys like this that are really trying to break the format.
Right? No, for real. It's like I tell people this all the time. I was like, if you're gonna play a role, right? You could either play control, aggro, or combo. If you're gonna play a role, just play it really well, because somebody else out there is gonna play their role very well. So you better come with it. You better come with it, because when I play mono red, I'm coming with it. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
You're like, I'm coming. Don't sleep, because mono red's gonna come get you. All right. It is. All right, let me see. We saw Racrifice with Obosh and Gruul Fires. Whoa.
Oh, I lied. There is another aggro deck in there. This one's a spicy boy.
God, you know what? I've been thinking, how greedy is the new Gruul Fires deck? Because I saw it, and I was envious, right? I was really telling myself, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take out like 2 Ember Cleaves and just stick in Fires and just see what happens. Right? And I did that. I did that for like 4 games, and I was like, okay, I would go turn 4, Fires Fires, and then Questing Beast attack you, and then they're like,
Yeah.
wait, what the hell kind of deck is this? And I'm like, it's I ghetto rigged it. I'm sorry, forgive me.
It's a thing now, though.
But this deck here is pretty spicy. You go turn 1, Grazer. Oh, I have not seen this. I did not see a Creeping Showbrazer. What is that about?
This is the new one. Where he goes, he's utilizing the elementals. So yeah, this is interesting, honestly. There's quite a bit of lands in this deck, but
wow, 29 lands.
You have Grazer, and I always say with Grazer you don't want to run less than like 27. So I can see 29. It's kind of a lot, but he's hitting his fires, and then he's just going to come at you with some creatures really quickly. Interesting stuff.
He has main deck shifting Ceratops. This guy's not playing around. He's making sure he's hitting turn 5 land.
He's definitely going fires and a dude on turn 4 every time.
Yeah, like he's like, I'm not missing a land. I promise you. I'm hitting my cards. I'm gonna get there. Bro, for reals. If 50, what is that? 49% of your deck is land. Yeah, I promise you, this dude's gonna make it happen. He's like, I'm not missing a land drop. Watch me. I'd rather.
You may not be that many creatures, but one's gonna hit you.
Yes. What do you think of Kahira? What do you really think of Kahira? Because I'm on the fence with wanting to run this card.
Wow, so that's gonna pump his team and give him vigilance. So he has a lot of pump effects. This is cool. I like this deck.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
I think Kahira is strong. I think he's really strong. All the companions are really strong.
I think all the companions are broken. It's been a long time since a card
We talked about Kahira last week on the first podcast. But if you're building any deck in standard right now, you need to ask yourself, can I put a companion in this deck? And if I can't, is it worth doing? Because usually the answer is, it's usually best to just put the companion in your deck if you can, right? Like,
yeah.
Starting with 8 cards is better than starting with 7. Every time.
And what's wild is that I've been playing mono black, and what's crazy about it is that sometimes I would have a clunky draw. I don't have a turn 3, or they sweep me if I'm on the draw, right? They sweep me, and then turn 4, I top deck, a brick, and then I just go, you know what? Luca is a bro, so I just cast it,
Lewis.
And then Lewis, my bad. Lewis is a bro. I cast it, and then I'm like, sure, I get no value here. But on turn
At least
three,
you
it
had a
was my,
bro.
huh?
At least you had a bro to
Yeah,
ask.
exactly. Like I'm like, here's a turn three cat, and if you don't have an answer, it's three damage lifelink. That's a six
And
life
next
swing.
turn you can start getting the value.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, this guy's a problem because if they untap and don't deal with it, I start getting mad value with
Mad value.
yeah.
Mad
So
value.
so it's like such a sick 8 mana card or eighth card turn three spell if they don't deal with it right away. So I'm really enjoying the Luris, but all the other because he's a tiny companion, right? He's a tiny one, and I
Yeah.
don't mind sneaking him out because then I get to bring him back with the recursion, the 2-for-1, the the one that brings back the 3 or less CMC.
Call of the Death Dweller. Yeah, the 3 mana
Yeah,
sorcerer.
yeah. So like I don't mind like fishing him out there because I'm like that's fine. I'll bring him back. So life is good. But it's a really good card to like slam down. I haven't seen this elemental version, so this is a Gruul Fires
Yeah.
elemental.
Ew. This is cool.
Nice. I'll probably give it a go. I'll probably test it. I can mess with this. So you creeping Trailblazer, some elementals. So it looks like this guy wants to pump his team just in case, because there's probably a lot of sweepers in the format. So he's gonna probably play some of this, and
Well,
then if that gets
uh,
sweeped,
Kira, think of Kahira as like lures, except instead of getting guys back, Kahira is pumping your team. She pumps the whole team.
that's actually super dope when you get to cast these two on one turn, and then with especially with fires, right? And then you just slam down super cool Kahira for free,
Yeah,
you
for
know.
free. It's
Uh,
even just cool to just attack with a 5/5 questing beast. Like
Yeah,
that's a quarter of their health.
right.
Like making your already big dumb guys even bigger, and then having a go wide strategy. This seems pretty cool.
Look at this. You can cast this, right? You can cast this on turn with your So yeah, you can cast this with your fires, and then you're gonna have two 1/1s with like Trailblazer that was already sticking out there that attacks for 4. That's crazy sick.
And then you can use the mana that you have since you have fires to activate the ability from the pump guy.
Yeah, and then you could just tap the mana, and then make it do 6, 2, 4, 6. Yeah, wow.
For each elemental, so it counts itself.
Whoa, whoa. So that's
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4 elementals.
it's a big boy. So it's
Wow,
a 6/6 at least minimum.
big boy. All right, cool. That's a cool one. Nice. All right, cool. All right, that's this deck. What else do we have? Oh, what else do we
Tries
have in
another
here?
aggro deck in the format. I love that.
Which one?
They're not everywhere, but they're out there.
Which one?
Just aggro decks.
Oh, Agrodex. Yeah, there's a few out there, and I think
We
we've
pass by a bunch of Yorion every time we find one, but
yeah, and I think we've wrapped up all of these guys here.
nice.
Timur, yeah. Everybody else is just another copy of everybody else.
Yeah, there's a lot of redundancy right now, but there's also a lot of room for innovation and a lot of new decks popping up every week. I think that it's still early in the format. I know in paper that Magic has already been released where you are, Spencer, in Japan for a little while, but
Yep.
in the United States, it's not even out for another 2 weeks. So, wouldn't be surprised if something got banned before the boxes even came out.
Yeah, exactly. Another deck that I think that caught my eye. Let me see. It's on another. Here we go. It won. It won. It's been yeah. Where is it? Was it this one? Not you. Not you. Not you. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This one. So it was the super cool. Where'd it go? Was it the big mono black? Have you seen this
Oh,
deck?
I've seen that one.
Yeah, the big mono black with red rotting Regisaur.
Yeah,
And
Reggie.
yeah, that this deck here, like the big mono black deck, This is when I was first introduced to Heraldic Banner. When I was like, wait, what? Like, why did they do that? Right? Like, no, seriously. Like, they go turn one Gutterbee, right? Then they
Yeah.
go turn two Whisper Squad, and I'm like, or this, right? And I'm like, okay, this is cute, or they kill my guy, whatever. And then like then turn three they go Heraldic Banner, and I'm like, okay, you just pumped your guys like a little, all right, whatever. And then they, yeah, like what? And then they start playing like super cool creatures, like they go out with Reggie or this hunted nightmare, which is really odd.
Nightmare is crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, I think this card is super good, like for
Yeah, especially
reals.
when there's not a lot of creatures in the format to make the downside a downside.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like sometimes Bant Yorion or Jeskai Luca, they don't even have a creature, so it doesn't do anything. You just get a big guy. For
Yeah.
free.
Or they'll most likely put it on that.
Free.
Yeah, they'll most likely put on that 0/3. What's that 0/3 that gives you land? What's the name of that dude?
Oh, the 04, the Bertha Melodis.
No, no, it's the green creature in ramp decks.
Oh, Grazer, yeah.
Yeah, Grazer. So they'll give that one the token.
Which is like whatever.
Right. So this was a really cute deck that I saw, and it hit. You know.
I like that deck. I'd try it.
Yeah, I think I was super interested because of the Reggie. I just like people love using that card.
Yeah. And Knight of Ebon Legion is really good too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That card is vicious good. This is the guy, Aaron Barrich. #1 mythic.
Nice.
You guys a beast and a boss, right? That card.
Yeah, that's a cool deck. I would definitely try that for aggro.
No. I'll probably build this today. Heraldic Banner's an uncommon?
Yeah, Heraldic Banner has been making a lot of waves lately as just like a quick anthem effect. I think the fact that it gives you that extra mana and it lets you accelerate your Obosh is really nice too.
Nice.
Obosh.
Ooh, we didn't talk about this one.
Oh, Jeskai Winoda.
What do you think about?
I played that deck a little bit yesterday, and it can do some pretty broken things. I like it a lot. The deck just feels a little soft when you don't have that turn 4 Winoda.
Or it feels even softer when they slam down Grafdigger's Cage.
Oh, just scoop at that point. No.
I think that the only time this deck has
aggro deck.
Right, I feel like that what keeps this deck alive is Legion War Boss, and for reals, like Legion War Boss, and your Agent of Treachery when you finally get to the 7th mana.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like all these aggro decks have this one good aggro card. Like this deck, like Legion War Boss, I think is like one of the best aggro cards right now. So I feel like we should just take all the best aggro cards from all these decks and put them together. There has to be a deck out there where this could work. Maybe it's a red-black deck. I don't know.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Break the format. Boom, 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 boom.
If you know how to break aggro, put it in the comments. Let us know. We would love to innovate with you for next week.
Right. It's like that's how we break the format, you guys. You take all, that's how the rock deck first came about, right? Like that's how most decks come about. They just let's get the best creatures, make it a 5-color deck, and just make it happen.
Let's just take that mono black deck, take out the bad creatures like Whisper Squad.
You're not gonna let go of Whisper Squad. You love that card. I know you do.
No, I do not. It's so terrible. It's not killing anybody.
It's like, but bruh, I can thin out my deck. I can get all Whisper Squads. Like,
they do it, Ben Yorion. They go, I'll take one. My turn.
It's so good.
My turn. Euro game 3.
Game 3, go. We're like, oh, Whisper Squad at the end step.
Activate Whisper Squad. Take 2 now. Cool, I'll take 2. My turn.
My turn. Euro, thank you. You're like, oh man, the card's good.
Dream Traveler.
Dream Traveler. Dream
Houses.
Game. You're like, here's my Dream Traveler. Here's your Whisper Squad. Get out my face.
No, I'm kidding. I don't hate Whisper Squad, but I think there's cards like that Menace guy, that 4/5 is good. Legion War Boss is sick. We can make this work somehow. Maybe red black. I think I'm gonna brew a red black deck when I'm done here.
You're just then you're gonna stick in Obosh, and you're like, it's good. It's a good deck.
I just hit Diamond 4, so I that's like the level where I brew because it doesn't matter if you can't go down anymore at that point.
Yeah,
So I sit there for a while and brew, and then try to hit my mythic later on.
I hear that. I'm trying to. I'm trying to get. I'm stuck in diamond. In diamond. Oh no, in platinum. The one before. I'm stuck in platinum. But we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. I try to get it.
Yeah. Whenever I get stuck, I just switch back to Bant Yorion, and then I start winning again.
You just make it happen. That's what you do.
It's fun, but it's like I get tired of playing Bant Yorion.
Word. Okay, check it out. Here we go. Mono green Stompy. I lost to this the other day.
I've seen that one. I've seen that one floating out there. It looks pretty spicy to me.
This card is good. Um,
Yeah.
I really like this card.
Oh, the troll.
Yeah, it reminds me of ZGG, the Zertar Goblin.
Yeah, their dog Goblin.
Yeah,
That guy's good too.
double green for a 3 power, a 3 toughness is super good, especially where they in a format with a lot of spot removal,
Yeah.
where they could just try to zing it, and you're like, haha.
Play 3/3s for 2.
Yeah. Or what's really clever is when you gem razor and you mutate it, and it gets
Nice.
the counter, and then it can get hexproof like in
Sick.
any given time. It's pretty broke,
That sounds pretty busted.
right? You're like, I'm gonna kill your guy. I'm like, no, I'm gonna give it hexproof. Did you
I
forget
like the
about that?
Lord too. That Lord guy is good too.
Which one? Oh my goodness, this guy is never gonna be let go.
He's
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
I,
Yeah, he has a lot of guys, a lot of strong men.
and it also
And
has removal now. Do you see that removal spell?
which one is that?
Oh, they didn't put it in here. It fights. It's like an instant. It like your guy fights another guy. Oh, it's not in here.
Oh
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, it's a green mana spell instant. Like your guy fights another guy.
Isn't it like the
Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. He has it in the board. Ram through.
Is it pretty much Domi's ambush, but you don't have to be red anymore.
Yeah, target creature deals you control deals damage equal to its power.
It's basically like, all right, we'll just make it green.
We'll make it green and then give it trample. Give it the trample effect,
Nice.
which is kind of cool. I guess
That's kind of cool.
it's kind of cool. What does this one do? Oh yeah, add 6. 4 to add 6. That's broke.
That's pretty broke. Nice, man.
Nice, nice. So I've seen
A
versions of
lot of room for innovation in the format. I don't feel like it's fully figured out yet. We're only a couple weeks in though.
one
So,
weekend technically, right?
well, technically in the U.S. we haven't even started yet.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
not yet out here.
Right.
But yeah, online it's been out for like 3 weeks.
3 weeks. And then they've been competing with it this past week, so it's been pretty gnarly.
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
Alright,
But
cool.
yeah, everyone keep brewing, and I'm excited to see what's out there.
I think there's just some all super silly decks. Mardo Luris Knights. Omori Mutate. Mono
Yeah,
Red.
I was playing a mutate deck. Not Demir. That's interesting.
Jeskai Fires.
Nice.
Gruul Kahira. Yeah. Winota. Timur Adventures. I think I'll play Adventures.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright,
Adventure is fun. You have it. You're good with it.
for sure.
You should still play adventures.
Alright, cool. I think I'll set that up. Alright, cool.
It's a deck that is your style. I see you playing adventures.
Which one? Adventures? Yeah, I'm messed with that. I just have to get more proficient at it. Takes a little bit more practice. I think it'll work. I think it'll work out. All right, cool. Thanks for looking over some of these decks with me, Alex.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks you for having me.
All right.
Good luck with your sponsorship. Shout
Oh,
out.
look at you! Thank you so much. Thank you. It was if all these stories that I've had with Alex for playing Magic over the years, and now we're coming full circle. hopefully Alex can get on stream one of these days
Maybe.
uh, to play. But if not, then you're gonna have a magic piece here with me. You have a home here, man. Don't worry about that.
I'll be silently killing online, and then I'll hop on this once in a while.
That'll be. This will be a. I don't know if anyone likes this. This connection that me and Alex have here. Well, I like it, and so far Alex also likes it. So we're gonna have this pretty frequently, talking about Magic, talking about the weeklies, talking about more Magic cards, and
Talking
more
about
sets when you drop.
making aggro great again. Bow, bow, bow,
Bum, bum, bum,
bow.
bum, bum. Oh, that fits MAGA, right? Making aggro great again.
Make aggro great again,
Boom, boom.
MAGA.
Break the
Not the
format.
bad Mag or the MAGA that. Yeah. Anyways,
All right, everybody. I want to thank Alex again for a great another
thanks, guys.
podcast. Thank you so very much, and thank you for checking us out, everyone. Thank you so very much. Have yourself a great night, Alex. Thank you. I'll text you later, my man. Enjoy yourself. Take care of yourself in San Diego, and have yourself a great rest of your day. Peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all. So nice to have you again. I appreciate everyone here having a great time. Let's see some of these. Let me see who's streaming right now. Who is streaming? I want to make sure I drop you guys off properly. All right, all right, all right. Cool. Thanks, DLM, for the um, super cool shout out. My name is Spencer. This is the Magic in the Morning, hashtag Magic in the Morning. Check me out on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Discord. Connect with me. Make sure it makes sense. I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all the love and the kindness. Please be kind. Please do what you got to do. Stay safe. Be safe. Enjoy yourself. And if you have any questions, hit me up when you have the chance, okay? I'm going to drop you guys off to my good old friend, Active. What is this? Active Gamer Fitness. Did I drop you guys off to this dude the other day, or was it last night, or was it last night? I think it was probably last night, or the night before. But these guys are still on. He keeps it a secret for now. Yeah, but I think we're gonna drop you guys off. Thank you so very much to who's this? Um, to Active Gamer Fitness. Oh no, he's not playing Magic anymore. Oh, he's not playing Magic anymore. I'll drop you guys back off with good old diabetic game guy. So DGG, he's a featured streamer. He's a great guy. I'm gonna make sure that you guys have a nice home. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. If you have anything else, hit me up. All right, guys. Thank you again. Drop you guys off. I'm gonna drop you guys off over there. Boom, boom. All right, cool. So, thank you so very much again. Enjoy yourself. Have a good night. Peace out from good old Japan. And I'll see you guys later.